Welcome to the easiest way to kill the Leviathan on old school RuneScape. I am MintMadCow, and I thought I'd just make a guide because I've been farming this boss for, the first couple days since its release. When Desert Treasure 2 came out, I did that day 1. Here is my score so far. Nothing super crazy, just got about 219 kills, 29 deaths, and my best time isn't really that crazy. But I can show you how to kill this the easiest way possible if you're just trying to get that first kill to unlock the quest, or just trying to get this boss down so you can start grinding it. So we're going to go through one rundown of the easiest way possible, super scuffed, and then after that I'm going to show you a bit of a sweatier method to where when you finally get those kills, this is what you're going to be doing later down, maybe like 20-30 kills in. And first off, let's start with the gear. So just got full Missouri, Anguish, Blowpipe. You really don't need best in slot. You don't need anything crazy. You can have Void and a Blowpipe. You can have Barrow's armor. I would highly recommend defensive gear if it is your first time, just because if you miss a prayer flick, you're going to get touched in your butt. So yeah, bring Barrows. Highly recommend a Bofa and full crystal if you have that. It is insane. I don't. That's why I'm using a Blowpipe, but that is actually way better. Twisted Bow's alright bow. Biggest thing though, if you can get this, it really makes a difference. We're going to have the Web Weaver and the Light Bearer, which we'll show you guys how to use that in the second round. I'm not going to be touching that for the first because I know not everyone has that gear. I just got some Sarah Brews, Super Restores, 2 range pots, a stamina, anglerfish. I didn't bring any Kwams, but if you want to bring Kwams just to be safe, go ahead. And do not forget about runes. You will need smoke spells. Alright, and if you don't have high enough mage, you can use Smoke Blitz, but I would highly recommend Shadow Barrage as it's bigger. And then of course, the filtered spells is what filters I have on to make it big. And yeah, let's get right into the kills. Really quickly, a couple things you need to know before we start the boss fight. And it's super simple, don't get stressed. There's 3 attacks. You got the orange ball, which is melee, the blue ball, which is mage, and the green ball, which is range. And they all have items in it in case you're colorblind, so you know the difference. And also, of course, Shadow Barrage. Anytime you Shadow spell, even Shadow Blitz, you will stun the Leviathan. So if you're struggling, get a Shadow Barrage in there, all right? Don't sweat it. Shadow Barrage it. It won't work during its specials, but it'll work anytime else. So let's go ahead, get up the handhelds. I know they're hard to see, trust me. Everyone struggles with that, is what they say. Not me, of course. I would never struggle with that part. And we're going to get off to the easiest thing, so that's going to be range. And really quickly, just attack it right away. Pray mage for the blue balls. Super simple couple runs here for the beginners. And of course, every time in between these attacks, boulders will fall. Just go ahead and sidestep that, and you don't have to move for a bit. So they're going to go through this little layer here, and then the third one coming up, so we're going to sidestep this. Third phase is going to have a melee ball. Super chill, all right? Mage, range. Don't overthink it. Mage, and then melee. So for these newbies, this is where you're going to want a Shadow Barrage. But I'll just show you what's up next. It's a little faster pace, and I am in melee range. One thing you do need to know here. But that's going to be the super sweaty method where we show you that. So let's go ahead and skip it. There we go. We're going to go ahead and Shadow Barrage it. Now quickly run behind the Leviathan and hit him right in the back of his noggin. This is going to proc a special round. It could either be the boulders. No, this is going to be the mage attack. I don't actually know if that's a mage attack. It's pretty sick looking. You're just going to go ahead and run around the Leviathan. If you want, you could just throw a couple, attacks at him if you want. And I'm going to show you a sweatier method with the Blowpipe to get around this. There's also a couple ways to dodge this as well, but let's be real, it's your first kill. Just run around. Don't make too much of a deal here. All right, now walk about 3 or 4 squares away, and it's going to reset these attack patterns. Very chill. It's not going to be very slow, though. The second one right now is going to be the first one. I know, it's a little confusing. All right, then another one here, a little faster. It's going to have the melee now instead of the third round. It's the second round that has melee. Once you get into the fight, you're just destroying it. Now this one's going to be a bit fast, so you can Shadow Barrage here if you want. There you go. I'm just going to, super simple. The faster one at the first round is only mage and range. So let's Shadow Barrage it here. And that's going to go ahead and force another special attack. This one should be the boulders. the easiest one here. And you do not want to get the boulders in the first area. So we're going to go 2 or 3 squares away from the Leviathan and set up these boulders. Once you got about 4 or 5, let's run behind them. And make sure you don't get trapped or you may die. Easy peasy. Now we're almost at the rage phase. This is what you're going to struggle with a lot. The rage phase, and this one's going to have melee right away. The rage phase is going to be just mage and range. And as you can see, we procced it. So we're going to keep our range prayer on and just kind of watch and chill. And we're going to run towards this orb. It's going to be a yellow dot on your mini map. You can't see it because my big old face is in the way. But once you're near the orb, you're going to turn white. Once you're white, you hit a lot harder. So just do not get in that first square because that's melee range, which is very scary. And just simply brute force your way through the Leviathan. And you might die a couple times here because it is a bit sweaty. It's a bit, you know, a lot of things happening here. But don't just take it slow. You're going to get it eventually. And just kind of stay near the orb and pray mage or range. And that's the easiest way to first kill the Leviathan. Oh, yes, it is the lightning round. Okay, so this only works for the blowpipe. And you can mark these 2 corners here. You don't need to do this, but there is a Wookswalk. Sorry, I messed that up here. Okay. Now, this is for the sweats. This is where you kind of have learned the Leviathan, you know what you're doing, and you want to farm this bad boy for a ring or a drop. This is where you're really going to want this web weaver bow and a ring of the light bearer. Now, I didn't just die, of course. I definitely just reset. But this is going to be pretty much just like the easy one, except a couple different things. So we're going to start off the same. Obviously, hit the Leviathan, go through these first couple waves real quick. But instead of shadow barraging it when it gets a little too fast, we're just going to keep going. This is pretty much something you got to get used to. Take it at your own pace. So you remember the second one is going to be a little bit faster, of course. Looks like he's just giving me mage balls. Quite lucky. Wow. Was that all mage? I don't think I've had that happen before. And then the melee is going to be coming out this one here. Very chill. Just give me some good patterns here. Nothing too crazy. Now remember, the 4th wave is going to be fast, but it's only going to be mage and range. And it'll get a lot easier once you get a couple kills down. I know it looks a little fast. And this one's going to be fast as well, but with melee. Range, range, melee, range, melee, range, blue, range, melee, melee. And this, it gets harder here. So as soon as it spawns, put the prayer up. Melee, melee, mage. As soon as you see it above the head, and it's just got, that's the only trick. As soon as it's above the head, pray. All right, now you can keep going. I like the Shadow Barrage here. Look at the HP. It's already very low, but keep going if you want. It just gets, I think, a little bit faster until it's just insane. So let's go ahead and proc that special attack here. It's going to be the boulders. Now, there's a way to do it to where you can set up the boulders and you can do a Wookswalk with the Bofa bow. We don't have the Bofa, so we're not going to be doing that. And it's really a struggle. I would not recommend it. And it seems like right now we are about to hit the rage phase without even doing the lightning round. And there is a sweaty method for the lightning, but you see here, this is where you bring out the bow. And we literally just stand inside of the hit here. And, you know, obviously it did a lot of damage. Usually you 2-hit it. That was actually very low. Usually I get 900 XP drops. And you can completely skip the rage phase with the web weaver. And after you get that kill, you pop on the light bearer and you're ready to go for another kill. And I think I'm going to rock one more kill just so I could show you guys the lightning phase. All right, so this is the lightning phase. It turns a little bit slower. Feel free to mini mark these 2 tiles down below. You can do it on any corner, I think. And then you just Wookswalk. And it's really just for swag. It's slightly faster. It's only doable with the blowpipe. You can set it up for the Bofa. I just don't think it's worth it unless you're really sweaty. And there's already guides out there for that. But that's a little bit of a Wookswalk there. And yeah, only works with the blowpipe though. Don't do with other weapons. Does not work. You can always carry a blowpipe for the Wookswalk if you want to get a little spicy with it. It does feel good after a while too. It really is. We're about to hit rage phase. I just want to show you again real quickly how fast this web weaver terrorizes this boss. Sadly though, we don't have full spec. We actually killed it so fast we didn't get the spec back, but that is fine because we do not need that. We can just kind of demolish it with this thing there. There we go, and it's dead. And that is the sweaty method on farming the Leviathan. So good luck doing Desert Treasure 2. I hope you get the kill first boss in. I hope you get the ring ASAP, get the robes, get it all, bro. But of course, I'm hopefully gonna get the ring first. I've been sweating out here. I have a grind on my YouTube channel, so if this guide did help you, drop a like, let me know. Good luck to you all, and I'll see you guys out here at the Leviathan Death Pit. Look at this guy, by the way. What's up, brother?